but right now let's talk about the missing girls in Takoradi. The Acting Inspector General of Police, James Opomboen, has been meeting families of the 3 missing Takoradi girls as police forensics team prepares to take DNA samples from family members starting tomorrow. The samples will be taken to aid the team ascertain if some human remains found in the former home of prime suspect Samuel Odutek Wills belongs to the 3 girls who have been missing for a year now. Earlier, a Daily Guide newspaper reported that their sources within the BNI said information they have gathered from prime suspect Samuel Odutek Wills was different from what he has told the police. Here is a news desk report.
It was last year, 2018. My own daughter, she is my last born.
The Daily Guide newspaper is reporting its sources within the BNI say the reports they have from prime suspect in the kidnapping of 3 girls in Takoradi is different from the information he gave to the CID, which also led to the uncovering of human remains at his home at Kansarodo. The newspaper states Samuel Odutek Wills confessed to BNI interrogators in March that the first girl was shipped to Nigeria in December 2018 and the 2 others in January 2019. According to the reports, the girls were allegedly sold to a baby-making factory for a fee of $5,000, that's 2 million naira equivalent each. Samuel Odutek Wills is reported to have claimed that he carried out the act in connivance with 2 other people, including Prince Oji Nweke, who turns out to be one John Oji, currently standing trial as a second suspect for the disappearance of the girls. He also mentions, according to the report, a certain Chika Nodim, who was recently arrested in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, awaiting a possible extradition to face the law in Ghana. Daily Guide says sources told them the suspect indicated that Priscilla Bentum was transported to Nigeria in December by Nweke and Chika, while Priscilla Mantibia Kranche and Ruth Lafquasing followed in January through the Aflao border. The girls were said to have been heavily sedated to avoid raising any alarm. In the same Daily Guide report, the suspect is quoted as mentioning a certain woman called Mama as the operator of a baby factory, and that the girls were taken to her in a place in Onitsha, Anambra state of Nigeria. The newspaper adds the BNI was said to have followed up on it and confirmed the existence of a baby factory ring in the eastern Nigerian commercial town of Onitsha, where young girls are sold off to kingpins for the purpose of making babies for adoption by rich families in Nigeria and elsewhere.
That is a news desk report read to you by Komla Adom. Now, regional correspondent for the Daily Guide newspaper, Emmanuel Opoku, is traveling with the IGP and will bring us up to speed with the update. But before then, there is another possible kidnapping in Kumasi. A 17-year-old girl, Daniela Osei Mensah, has been missing since 7th of May 2019. She's a student of Jachi Pramso JHS in the Ashanti region. According to the father of the missing girl, a report has been made at the Ebuakwa police station, but are yet to receive any update from the police. Let's listen to him.
It was last year, 2018. My own daughter, she is my last born. May 2018, she attended Jachi Pramso Senior High. So she came to me at Kumasi Ebuakwa. I gave her 400 Ghana cedis to buy some equipments because she is a home econs student. When she collected the money from me, we all know that she is at school. So by 1 week time, the case happened when it was 7th May last year, 2018. Then the house mistress called us that my own daughter, Daniela Osei Mensah, she is not in the school that time. So we went to the school for some inquiries. Then we called some of the students, but they all said they have not seen her where she's about. So we brought the matter and we reported the case to Ebuakwa police. Then they told us that let us make some investigation about the case, and they are also doing their best. So we brought the matter now to the media that we need help, that anyone who have been found here should report to the nearest police station. I stayed at Kumasi Ajuso. I said at Ajuso. And the daughter also stayed with me before she went to her mother's side. So the police told me that let me ask those people who sit around me that maybe she has escaped or she is in her friend or something like that. So when I asked many people around me, I didn't heard any good report from my neighbors. So the police said we are making some investigations concerning the matter. So since last year, I didn't heard anything from the police, though I won't put blame on them. I know that they will do their best that we can see the child. The call from the head senior house mistress, it was 14th May last year, but we reported the case about 20th May last year to the police. Understand you, that time I was in Sejobekwai, but the mother called me that this is the situation. So I told my wife that let he go to the police and report the case. So when I heard the matter, the case has been delayed some few days before I heard it in Sejobekwai. But the very day I heard the matter, I told the mother to go to police station and report the case to them. Then we know that she will return back. Maybe she will return.
We can now get the update from Emmanuel Opoku on the IGP's meeting with the families of the Takoradi missing girls. Hello, Emmanuel. Well, we know the IGP and his team will be briefing the media later after the meeting. What has been happening so far?
Yes, you are right. Currently, the IGP, James Opombwenu, and his entourage are in the Western region to meet with the family members of the kidnapped girls to interact with them. But this morning, they arrived around 9 a.m., and their first point of call was at the residence of Utlaf Kwesi, the family members of Utlaf Kwesi at Jabini. And then they also followed it up to the residence of Mr. Bentum, and then to Mr. Kranche's house, both in Jabini and then in Crawford. And in fact, the meeting was held, or all the meetings were held behind closed doors. But after it, we interacted with the family members, and they indicated that the IGP was there to interact with them and then encourage them to avail themselves or cooperate with the investigation. In other words, to avail themselves and then be ready to give samples for the DNA test. And the family members told the IGP that even though initially they decided not to do so, they have now agreed to cooperate with the investigation. In fact, we also talked to or spoke to Mr. Eklu, ACP Eklu, who happens to be the Director General in charge of public affairs of the Ghana Police Service. And then he told us that, in fact, some of the family members raised issues concerning the attitude of the police in the region, in the Western region, or some of the police personnel in the Western region, concerning their somehow lackadaisical attitude towards the issue. And then Mr. Eklu indicated that the IGP assured them that after his visit, there will be what he termed after action review. And then after that, if it is found out that somebody was negligent in the performance, or a police officer was negligent in the performance of his or her duty, the police administration will apply the necessary sanctions. In fact, from
but Emmanuel, quick one. The family members who agreed to do the DNA, we know that Priscilla Crunchy's father has decided, you know, that he would do it. Does this apply to all of the other families? Have they all now agreed to be a part of the DNA?
Yes, all of them. All of them have now agreed. In fact, like you said, initially there were 2 family members, that is the Kwanche and the Bentu family, who agreed to offer themselves or cooperate with the investigations. But after the IGP's visit, the Kweson's family have also agreed to avail themselves or cooperate with the investigations. In fact, the family members were somehow, let me say, happy, because according to them, the previous IGP never visited them, even though it was his reign when the incident happened. But this current IGP, immediately he took over, has decided to visit them. So in a way, they were happy that after all, the police hierarchy or the top hierarchy thinks about them, and then they've been able to come to interact with them.
Right. The one major issue that has come up following this matter is the interdiction of police officers who allegedly aided Samuel Odutek-Wells to break jail the first time. A lot of people have asked where these officers are. We know they were interdicted. Have the police spoken about these officers?
No, unfortunately, they have not spoken about it. But like you rightly said, the IGP went to instruct him, and he's on his way to the police regional headquarters. We are all, most of the media houses are here waiting for the IG and his entourage to address the media. And the issue you just raised, one of the concerns that the media guys here wants clarification from the IGP as to how far that case has gone. Yes, like you said, the chief suspect in the case, Samuel Odutek-Wells, in one of the court proceedings, indicated that a police officer aided him to break jail, as it were. So, and then after the police came out and said they were investigating the case and all that, but as at now, we haven't heard how far that investigation has gone to. So we have decided that since the IGP is here, we want to hear from him. So it's one of the issues that we raise, and then when we get the answers, I think we'll be able to relate to Ghanaians.
Well, Emmanuel, yes, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So at the moment, has the IGP finished with his rounds?
No, he's about to reach the regional headquarters where in Sekendi, where he will address the media. And we have gathered that he's almost at the place. So any moment from now, the IG will begin with the press briefing.
All right, so you're waiting for this press briefing. Initially, you were telling me about ACP Eklu's address to the media. What exactly does he say?
Click on again.
What exactly did ACP Eklu tell the media?
Well, he was trying to. No, even it was not it was an interview I had with him one-on-one, and he was telling me that the family members, like I said, the meetings were held behind closed doors. So I was trying to get some information from as to what some of the things that transpired, and he told me that the family members, some of them raised issues concerning the attitude of some of the policemen in the region towards the kidnapping case in Takoradi, and even the family members advised the IGP to talk to his men, especially those in the region, to be proactive. And then Eklu said that the IGP promised them that there will be a thorough investigation into the case, and then he said the police has something they call after operation review, after an operation review that will be conducted, a review will be conducted into the cases, and then any police officer who is found out or who is established that was negligent in the performance of his or her duty, there are sanctions that they apply.
Will apply
by the police administration. Yeah.
Mr. Opoku, thank you so much for your time and for these updates. Emmanuel Opoku is the Western Regional Correspondent for Daily Guide. He's our eyes on the ground there, trying to help us find out what the IGP, who's visiting the families of these girls, is saying. We'll keep our ears on the ground. Like they said, there's a scheduled press conference, and we'll bring you up to speed as and when we have it.